This 20-gallon tall tank is now home to 2 Amano shrimp and 5 white cloud mountain minnow adults. That's Tanichthys albonubes. I selected 2 young males and 3 plump females. I've previously had great success breeding the fish in the 20-gallon tall. I simply have to have lots of lush plant growth, particularly Java moss, and once the fry hatch and absorb their yolk sacs, I offer vinegar eels on a daily basis, and enough fry survive in the tank. It's not necessary to remove the adults or move the fry to a fry starter tank. I can simply grow them out here. I decided to move the 6 adult Danio rerio from a 20-gallon tall tank, which was unheated, into this heated 75-gallon. It's about 75 degrees Fahrenheit, which is just fine for the species. Is commonly called zebra Danio. 5 of these are the leopard variant. The smallest, which I purchased as probably a young adult or large juvenile, is actually a zebra Danio, but it has long fins. I thought that I would like to breed Danio rerio. I remember seeing them in pet stores and at Kmart when I was a kid, but I thought I would get something a little unusual, so I asked for the leopard variant. So the clerk at my local pet store caught all that she thought were leopard. It's kind of difficult to tell with the young zebra Danio. It was kind of sickly when I purchased it, but it's right healthy now, and I believe that these 6 Danio rerio are right happy in the tank. They tend to stay at the surface of the water, and Colombian tetra, that's Hyphosobrychon columbianus, tend to be mid-level swimmers, and they only tend to squabble amongst themselves, as do the Danio rerio. The boss of the tank is the comet goldfish. I rescued it from the feeder goldfish at my local pet store. Of course, I did quarantine it for at least 21 days to make sure it was healthy. It recently had a bout with one cloudy eye. I never had any experience treating this disorder, but I was happy to find that after 2 treatments with jungle fungus clear fizz tabs and some aquarium salt in a 5.5 gallon, the cloudiness has completely disappeared. And goldfish, although they're rather boisterous and do tend to scarf up all the food. It doesn't bother any of the fish. The 3 remaining true Siamese algae eaters are right happy in the tank, and periodically I take driftwood from the 120-gallon tank and put it in this tank where they rid it of algae, particularly blackbeard algae, which true Siamese are probably the only species I know of that'll eat that stuff. They do a good job of clearing up the issue. Both this tank and the 120 are infested with pest snails and limpets. I noticed that when I removed the goldfish from this tank, a few pest snails soon made an appearance, but after returning it to the tank, it either gobbled them up or they resumed hiding amongst the driftwood and gravel substrate. I was advised that I should cover the gravel in this tank with coal dust so that I could add some plants, but that's really pointless. The goldfish gobbles up any plants I add, and it and true Siamese are so boisterous that they tend to uproot plants anyway. So I'm happy to keep this as simply a fish tank. Over here on the right side of the tank, you can make out the heater. It's nicely hidden behind the driftwood, so you don't see it from the front. A few of these driftwood ornaments have slate attached. There's also a flat sheet of rock on which the driftwood ornaments rest. Finally, from the left side of the tank,